Welcome back to Universal Sports Nation. Welcome back. Today's video is about how Joe Douglas and the New York Jets say hell no to the Packers' trade demands. And that is an emphatic hell no. There are many reasons why. We will go over that momentarily. But first, I just want to take a second to personally thank you for your support. I just can't thank you enough, so please continue to like and subscribe our videos, and let's get on to the Aaron Rodgers saga, and it still continues. So we're going to focus today on the Jets, Joe Douglas, and their relationship with the Packers, and what's going on with that. And I think there has been a huge underestimating of Joe Douglas and the New York Jets franchise, where they are and what they're willing to do. The Green Bay Packers feel that they have, and it's seeming like they have, the Aaron Rodgers of old. Like the guy's a 34, 35-year-old player, still in the height of his career, willing to play another 5-6 years, and you're going to trade him to the Jets. But no, that's not the case. And you are dealing with Joe Douglas, a man who has gotten 2 first-round picks for Jamal Adams, a man who got a 2nd-round pick and a 6th-round pick for Sam Darnold, a quarterback who has been highly unsuccessful, a man who has built a team in 2 or 3 years that was a perennial loser, a team who has been in the bottom of the league and always in the top of the draft for the last I can't even tell you how long. They haven't made the playoffs in over a decade. A team who has been a perennial loser, and now he's turned them into potentially next year a Super Bowl candidate. He has rebuilt the defense. They are a top defense now. They have offensive weapons galore, and this is just within the last couple years. Last year's draft produced the Offensive Rookie of the Year, who was drafted last year. He also produced the Defensive Rookie of the Year, who was drafted last year. And potentially, they drafted last year Breece Hall, who could have won Offensive Rookie of the Year. These guys were all drafted last year in the 1st round. Not to mention, Breece Hall, I mistakenly, he was drafted number 36 overall. But he could have been drafted in the 1st round. They got Jermaine Johnson as well, who also has a ton of talent. So you are dealing with one of the savviest guys in the NFL right now. Green Bay has to recognize that. He is a very talented general manager with a heck of a lot of knowledge. So you are dealing with the upper echelon general manager. He recognizes what Aaron Rodgers is. He recognizes the value that Aaron Rodgers will bring for potentially 1, maybe 2 years. And he's presenting a package to Green Bay that is compensatory with the value that he is getting back. Now, the reason why there are many teams not interested is, first, they may be already set up, and number 2, they haven't put the pieces in place that Joe Douglas has in New York. So the Green Bay Packers are very lucky that there is a team actually willing to take a 40-year-old quarterback with this type of personality, with this type of salary, and also, too, with the baggage that comes with Aaron Rodgers. We know that he's a super talented player, but he's had a lot of things in the past that would prevent other teams from being interested. But the Jets, they're still interested. They are still interested. So there's your partner, Green Bay. Go make a deal. And I've read as recently as today that Green Bay is still holding off on a 1st-round pick. They're still holding off on a 1st-round pick. They want the 13th pick in the draft from the New York Jets, right? But I mean, I look and I wonder, what other teams are interested in the NFL? For you to have any type of leverage, you need another team to present a superior package. And then in this particular situation, you need Aaron Rodgers to be interested in going to that other team, because in this unique situation, Aaron Rodgers can decide to just retire. Okay? So what leverage does Green Bay have? Which leverage? You don't have a team that has a better offer. I don't even know if any team's made an offer. you don't have another team that Aaron Rodgers is willing to go to. So where is that leverage coming from? Okay, also other teams right now, they're filling their needs. They're filling their QB needs. They're also the cap room that Aaron Rodgers with that mega contract would need is also filling up on teams. You need a large amount of cap space on your team. So teams right now, by acquiring players, by signing players, they're filling up that cap space. So I'm not even sure how many teams would even have the cap space available. Forget about if they decide to create it, because Aaron Rodgers is not interested in going there anyway. So Green Bay, in my opinion, has little to no leverage. So what is going on? What is going on in this particular situation? As the time goes by, I think the leverage is diminishing. So what is going on right now is a waiting game. The Green Bay Packers hope to wait, and if they wait, the longer they wait, they figure that Joe Douglas and the New York Jets will just pull the trigger. But I feel this is where they are underestimating Joe Douglas and the New York Jets, because that is not how he operates. He has never operated where he's going to make a rash decision. He's not going to get to April 12th or April 15th and say, you know what, we got to give up a number 1+ just to get Aaron Rodgers. No, because he knows that as the time goes on, more leverage goes into the pocket of Joe Douglas. So right now, the Jets, their stance should be, as time goes on, the offer gets lower. If you want a second and a third round pick today, here it is. If it's next week, it turns to a 2. If it's 2 weeks after that, it turns to a 3. The offers should be diminishing, all right? Force Green Bay to go out there, find another partner, and then have Aaron Rodgers say no. And see what type of leverage that'll produce in Green Bay. See what type of problems that'll produce, because there are more consequences in Green Bay from Aaron Rodgers staying put. All right. So and from the quotes that the owner has made publicly, how much pressure has that put on the team and the franchise? Forget about leverage. It just makes no sense right now that this trade hasn't been done, and for Green Bay to not recognize who they are dealing with, the type of franchise they are dealing with. They're not dealing with the franchise of old. You're not dealing with Isnick. You're not dealing with past general managers who just blew up the team and didn't know what they were doing. You're dealing with a savvy front office who has been successful in acquiring talent and building a team. Okay? And they will get their one quarterback. Whether it's Rodgers, whether it's Stafford, whether it's Lamar Jackson, whether it's another guy we're not thinking of, I don't think that Green Bay is going to be successful in boxing the New York Jets into a corner and forcing them to give up more than they want to give up. That's just the simple facts. Those are the facts. Now, Green Bay, you have done a great job in being successful, putting a good product on the field. But in the last couple of years, you haven't done a great job with Aaron Rodgers. You've screwed up in that regard. So I have to say, your one weakness has been dealing with Aaron Rodgers. And this particular situation with the New York Jets hasn't been handled correctly. Has not been handled correctly. I don't think you've been creating leverage. Especially, just to get back to this, especially letting Aaron Rodgers talk to the Jets and only the Jets. That also puzzled me. And that really puzzled me because I thought that a trade was worked out. And maybe a trade was worked out. Maybe the Packers are saying, yeah, we got the Jets interested. We got Aaron Rodgers interested. Now we got the leverage. But no, it doesn't seem like it's going to work out that way. And if the Packers, if that was their game plan to let the two sides talk, then change what you wanted to get from the Jets, I don't think that's going to fly with Joe Douglas and the Jets. I don't think they're going to be boxed into a corner to give more. Okay, so those are my opinions of the current Aaron Rodgers dilemma, and I wanted to look at it from a front office to front office dynamic. How Green Bay personally viewed the New York Jets and why they're still where they are right now. And my opinion is there has been a 100% underestimation of the New York Jets and Joe Douglas. So thank you so much if you got to this end part of the video. I cannot thank you enough. So please subscribe. We have a lot of interesting things coming, and I want to cover a lot of topics that are interesting, and I can't think of what's more interesting right now than this Aaron Rodgers saga. So we're going to cover that. Every day we hear something new. We're going to try to look into that and try to see where the saga goes. All right, thank you so much. Again, like and subscribe, and have yourself a great day.